Thank you. Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I'm looking for the HVAC place, the place that does AC and stuff.
You have an appointment?
No, I don't. I'm just a detective here to talk with them a little bit.
Oh, okay. What is your name?
Gustafson?
Uh,
Dale Gustafson?
okay.
They don't know me, I don't think. I know John from up there, that's about it.
Okay. And you're a detective from where?
I'm basically a private investigator, but I'm a contractor with the Consumer Affairs and Better
Oh.
Business Bureau.
Okay. Okay. Let me check.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, they're getting somebody for me now, I guess. Okay, so far the girl took some information, then disappeared. I have a feeling they're all running out the back door. There, look like you're gimpy a little bit.
Yeah, full from bike.
This
Hi.
is Anna.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
And who are you exactly?
I'm Anna
Anna, okay.
Yes, I mean, can you tell me who are you?
I'm Detective Gustafson.
First, can we go to the front?
Sure. This is nice. I like that. Oh, I love the walls. That's a great way to do it. Okay. So, I'd like to stack them in here good, huh? So, I'm Detective Gustafson. I'm a contractor. I do work with Consumer Affairs. I do work with Better Business Bureau. And I'm here just kind of a friendly visit, trying to check on the HVAC Alliance, or who does, are you part of that group there that does air conditioning, heating, stuff like that?
We do have an air conditioning company, just wondering which company.
Okay, well, this would be Air Care, or they call themselves Air Care. And are you part of that group, or?
Air Care?
Okay, because they give this address, and they gave me two license numbers. Both of them are wrong. The license number I got is different. It comes back to an Irvine company, and I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But this is their address apparently. But the Alliance is basically a group of that basically does sales contacts for contractors and things. Or, you know, I'm not exactly sure what your position here is.
I'm a manager, but
I
I'm
know.
just trying to understand who are you looking for, what is this about that I can...
Well, actually, we're following up on some consumer complaints and some, with the Better Business Bureau, we have some issues with advertising and not using, you know, with the Bureau itself, not the Better Business, but the Consumer Bureau, has some issues with off-site unregistered offices, not registering their license number on their website, and a few other things. And I'm here to visit them, essentially.
Got it. Who's Air Care? I'm sorry. Because
Air Care, well, they use this. It's a part of a company that is your HVAC company that's here that uses this address. Do you have an association of HVACs that use this?
Air Care, like
Yeah.
a company who's using this address?
Yeah. Okay, they would be like, well, they're not using that's one of the problems is that the name they're using, Air Care, belongs to somebody else.
I thought that Air Care is like actually a company who's selling filters or something like
Well,
that.
Air Care is a HVAC company out of Ventura County, and there's some other ones too that have the not the patent, but the trademark of Air Care. Now you can use Air Care heating and home and conditioning, stuff like that. But they've got a website and everything else, and they claim to be operating out of this office with what is it? Advanced. Your company name, because you work with a lot of contractors, right? If I'm not mistaken.
We do, but we do like software development, so I'm not sure like which part.
You do software development, or what do you do?
Yes, I mean we do like building the CRM. You see all this.
Yeah,
Right,
this
so
is.
I'm
I'm
not
familiar
sure
with this kind of stuff. Yeah.
who is using this address.
Yeah,
which
because
business.
well, they're a company that does air conditioning, heating, stuff like that. You don't have a company here that does that?
I can double check. I just need to find out because I'm working specifically with different divisions.
Okay, yeah, because that's what we're looking for right now, is the company that's using Advanced as part of their name, or they're claiming to be working with Advanced. And they're basically heating and air conditioning people. And we got some issues with them about, you know, a few things. And that's why I'm here. Just kind of a friendly visit, really. I'm trying to solve a problem.
No, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
some company using this address.
Yeah, they use this
for
address.
advertisement or something like that.
Well, not for
And then-
advertising, but when we had one of their contractors, we had them do a house call, and we set them up basically. Comes in and the guy, John, big tall guy, seems nice, did not have business cards, did not have any information about his company. He had some of the brochures about some of the air conditioning units. He gave me a bad license numbers for C20 licensing, He did not have his own license for sales, because all these things are licensed practices,
Right.
which are, according to Consumer Affairs, these are basically jailable offenses. So we're looking at these people now as I'm trying to do it nicely, but as the more time I invest in it, the closer it gets to going to jail, because I'm building a case right now. And so do you have any heating and air conditioning contractors that work out of this office?
Not I'm aware, so if do you have a business card? I can double check with people and just find out.
Yeah,
And
this
then
is,
we can maybe give you a call, because that's a bit too early a little bit, like, there's no one pretty much. in
okay,
the
well,
office, so I
basically they would be, they're claiming this address, and if you go on site and look at it, they have this building and stuff, everything right there. So
Okay.
they're using, and they use the advanced name. I get, what's the company's name here? The primary, it's Advanced. I saw some of it, but it seems like a conglomerate that just basically works with other companies. As far as I can tell, it's kind of like, an association.
We are, right, because we have a CRM, it's just a development thing,
Mhm.
and we sell technically the CRM to different subcontractors, like
Yes.
contract businesses, so I'm not
And
sure
they're all
who's-
supposed to have their own licensing and everything else,
Yes,
right?
of course, so
Okay, so this actually, the company that is claiming this office and stuff is actually a company out of Irvine, as far
in
as
Irvine,
yeah.
that's very interesting.
Yeah, so if you have a HVAC company and that does air conditioning stuff that is associated with you that works out of this office primarily or partially, or is using this office as a satellite office, I need to know who they are.
No,
So-
I got it, yeah, we need to do, because I'm not sure about all the people who is using our CRM and how they do that, so I guess we're gonna do an investigation about it, because.
Yeah,
the-
and somebody needs to get back with me
Irvine. Okay,
within,
definitely.
within 24 hours.
Okay.
Because it's getting more and more serious. And it gets to the point where if I have to bring in, officers from Consumer Affairs to come in and, with basically subpoenas and everything to go through everything, to find out who these people are, what their background, because we're talking about unlicensed practices and stuff like that, the state looks at and frowns at pretty drastically. It's not a good thing. So I need some, basically it's air conditioning and repair. Any companies that use Advanced as a contract or anything like that, I need to know who they are so I can clear them, because I'm sure there's more than one that's using you legitimately. But there's one here that uses this office that is not. And that's the one I need to look at. So here's my card, and they just need to get a hold of me right away,
Okay.
as soon as they can. And if they can do that, say within 24 hours, preferably before the close of business today would be really good. The number,
What time are you?
I'm open till about 5.
Okay.
That number follows me around. I'm doing some field investigations. And I actually, if you know who they are, or if you find out who they are, I'm going to leave this with you. This is from the Better Business Bureau. And it's basically a letter to them and about their practice, and also a questionnaire.
Okay.
So if they have a legitimacy, they can get, because right now we have, we have them basically as an F on Better Business Bureau. So or actually an F, which is we don't know what they are. Basically not licensed, so it's basically an F. And if we can get that to them, and if they can respond, if they can call me directly, could save them a lot of money and time, especially money. Because if we start going after them, if they're primary, like I said, I think it's Irvine is where the home company is. If they're operating, because we have one satellite office in Ventura that we found, this office, and then the Irvine home office. And we want to make sure they're all connected before we talk to anybody about it. And so that they can do we can help them get their proper licensing for field offices, get their salespeople through a quick little test to get them properly licensed, and then they're fine. But if they're skirting, the rules and stuff, then they're not so fine.
No.
So it's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm a courtesy call. I'm like the easy guy. After I'm gone, if I can't find things, then the nasty people come.
No, I understand. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Here's
send
the letter for them and the BBB.
Okay.
And if you can ask around about that. And your name is?
And
Anna, last name?
PETR.
P-E-T-R? Where are you from, Anna?
From Eastern Europe.
Oh, okay. Eastern Europe? Okay, what part?
Ukraine.
Oh, the Ukraine, okay. I have a little connection in the Ukraine and stuff with a few people, so that's, nice for me. I thought the accent sounded familiar
Yeah.
with the Ukraine. Yeah, I was there in this don't want to date myself, but in 1977 I was there in the Ukraine.
Oh, it's the time of USSR still.
Yeah. Yeah, it was different then. And how is it now? Have you been back there?
Yeah, I'm going there back and forth. Yeah.
Seems like they got a pretty good economy and stuff starting to go there for good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because recently there was a lot of problems with Russia and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
there's-
as usual stuff.
They're still overlapping everybody and stuff, they don't want to let go, but I think most of the Baltic states are pretty much,
Those Ukraine people just love freedom. They always fight for something. I
Yeah.
don't know. No, literally, like
Oh,
the last revolution, it was like, oh my god, it was a disaster.
yeah, I visited the Hungarians at the same time when I was there. That was another wonderful place. Like all sorts of stuff going on in the 70s. It's like, that was, back in the Soviet Union time. And it was not a fun place. It was
No.
very dismal. It's just not a good place.
I hope it's right now starts settling because like 2 years ago it was like
Okay. And you're college educated. Where'd you go for college?
huh?
So you went to college, I can tell. Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
I went to college over there.
Oh, you did over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to study business. over
Okay.
here,
Well,
so-
good schools. I mean,
Yeah.
one of my sisters, my wife's brother's wife, my sister-in-law, really, is Austrian, and she was
Oh.
well educated over there. So it's like the education system over there seems to
It's
be,
different.
yeah, it seems a little better in many ways.
It's just because they're teaching you everything. You have no choice.
Yeah.
You can't just pick and choose and say like, oh, I want to learn this and this. You just have a program and you need to go with that, and you just learn it everything.
Well, I recruited skilled tradespeople in the 80s for General Motors, and I went through Europe and some other places. And I found that in many places in Europe, like in England and other places, in basically when kids are 16 or 17, they start testing for aptitude for certain things. And so not all of them go to like the college route or everything. They go to like skilled trades and stuff. And we were able to find people we couldn't find in the U.S. At the time, we were looking for what they called weavers, welding and electrical repair people. And we couldn't find them here because they're just working these skilled ones here. I went there and I had, like 200 applicants. And I needed 12. And I got like the cream of the crop, brought them back, and they're all citizens now, but they've been here for a long time. But it was like, I couldn't believe we had so many of them, and literally I didn't even get through I went through Scotland and a couple of, like, in Sussex and a few other little places. But it was amazing how many I could find there that were well trained. They knew all about the systems. They were all, they're supposedly apprentices, but they really surpassed some of our journeymen when we brought them over here.
It's really well-educated people.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like just the way they do it's smarter. It's like not everybody goes for social degrees and stuff like that. They go into trades and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I worked in
And
television.
it doesn't matter for which education you go in, like first 2 or 3 years you study everything. That's why. And then you go in another 2 years you study specifically whatever is your major.
That seems more competent. It's like not
And
everybody
then you like have more like
choice as to what you want to do.
Yeah.
It just seems more logical that not everybody wants to go to junior college and college and
It's
stuff.
just really hard. I mean, the only difference is like here you can definitely make a decision and then switch and say, oh no, I want to try this, that, or something. Over there, you need to make a decision right away, right after school. And right after school, you don't know what you want to do in your life, but you still need to make a decision and go somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is like tricky actually. because-
Well, it seems like they go by aptitudes too. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you skilled at? What's your base talents?
It's like more what you want or what your parents want, where you can actually get in. So, and then you just like over there and get the education.
Okay. Do you have any business cards for the company here at all?
I personally I don't. It's all the upstairs stuff.
Like a brochure, a business card, so.
They work in. Well, you see, we just move in. Actually.
Okay, yeah, I can tell. So.
Yeah, so it's a little bit messy, and we're just trying to set it up everything. I really, I can try to find something, but
If
but
you
again,
can,
if all
I've
people
got
are
an,
here
I think
at
I've got
11.
I've got an email address on there if you want to, if you could email me something like for
Okay.
the company,
Yeah.
so I can
Definitely.
say
Yeah,
like
I'm
I
sorry.
talked
We
to you.
just literally just get in here. You see, it's just so messy. And
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's like, I love the walls. It's like, I used to have a
we had a
conference.
meeting still because we moved in. We didn't set up everything, but we still need to run the meeting, so it's kind of.
Well, I think the walls are perfect for, this kind of stuff.
That's,
So I used to do
was
that.
the reason.
Yeah, it's just like, that works just fine. So it's been a pleasure meeting you. And like I said, if you can track those people
I
down.
will. I will.
And
find out.
get
Thank
me some
you.
information on your
Yes.
company so I can say that these people are not a part of that.
Yeah,
They're just like
definitely.
a host,
I will-
host thing. And, because
Sure.
I can,
I mean, and thank you for letting us
oh,
know,
it's not a
because
problem. It's just,
It's weird that someone would use this.
well, I mean, it's, it appears
On
they're,
phone, too.
it appears they're either clients of yours or something like that. Or they, if you guys just came in here, they could be previous tenants, that too. So, let's check that out. So ask around if you can find anything, let me
Sure.
know. And if not, that's okay too. Just let me know.
Yeah, of course, I will.
Okay,
Because
so-
it's so really, like,
It was a
terrifying.
real honor meeting
Thank
you, dear. Take care.
Have a good day.
I will. I've already been to the dentist today, so that was my downside.
Should I leave you alone?
Oh, God. So it can't
I
get,
guess it was-
it's gotten better